Welcome to Hell Week.
Oh my god, no, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, no. Those three nomination challenge are damn, that's super hard. With one is standing under the fire, with one okay. I'll talk to my thoughts here. I'm getting sweaty. Okay. So let me go back to my the thumbnail of this episode is same position though. Okay, am I back on my StreamYard? I hope that talk to me here. But anyways, hello guys, good evening. Where are you located from? Here I am, Marco Reacts, and I just finished watching Big Brother Australia 2021 episode 17. Okay, so recap on the episode. We have seen day 39 where Tilly was surprised upon she went out to the living room. She saw a lot of birds, a lot of animals around the house. A well decorated with bird signs on the walls, with a real animals like flamingos. I don't know what those types of birds they are. I only knew um, parrots and also ducks and also like printed um, birds on the blanket on the seating area on the lounge room on the walls in the kitchen area on the swimming pool on the on their yard on the diary room on the walls in the CR or um, even the halfway room has birds. So, so Tilly walked them up, and to their surprise, they've seen a lot of them. And Adriano was the one who's like afraid to touch any of the birds. I've seen the deleted scene or deleted clip last night where she was really afraid of birds. So she went to the diary room with I don't know who's that person she was with. I forgot, but there were a lot of birds around the diary room where she was asked baby brother to touch one of them to put it on her lap, but she cannot. Like she just overcame it, but at the same she was in fear on touching those birds. I think she has a phobia. I mean, birds are not really like you know are good. They're not, but once they, I I gotta get her part maybe because sometimes chickens or birds would attack you with their beak, So it was maybe she had traumas before when she was still a kid. So yeah. So proceeding to the next, it was a shopping task that they have to count all the birds, even the fake ones, even on the blankets, even everywhere that they see on the house. You have to total them up and you have to guess the correct amount of numbers of birds. So if they win the task, they have a $500 of a budget for 1 week, and that's a lot. That's 25,000 pesos in my currency, so that's a lot. And they're only 13 in the house, so that's big enough to really have a lot of food to eat. So, but if they fail, they have only given within a 100 interval within their guess. If their guess is within the 100 interval of the correct amount of birds, they will succeed. But if failed, they have exactly no reward, no budget for the rest of the week. So they just have to have a basic rations like more on tuna. The only basic ones, eggs, I think, salt, pepper, and only canned goods, I reckon. So that's the only thing that I knew so far. So they have counted all of it. They have divided themselves to count all the birds inside the house, talking to these birds and petting them up while counting the numbers of the birds. And also we have seen also from the outside where all the rubber ducks, is that what they call rubber ducks? on the pool. So when Adriana was just like laying down there, like she's not buying, she's not just not in the mood and counting birds. There was a, you know, there was a steel bar that went up and tries to put all the rubber ducks falling down to swimming pool areas. So that's a lot of rubber ducks there. Like there's big, there's small, there's tiny. So like Big Brother is not really, you know, it's really mean this season. Like you cannot get your budget really that easily. There's gonna be a lot of things that's happening. So you have to count what's inside and what's going in and what's going out. So yeah. So they have to count all of them, and when the rubber ducks were down, you have only 1 hour left to count more of them and have a final tally of number of birds. So at the end of the segment, um, they guessed the correct. They guessed not the correct. They have guessed 9,230, but when Ari had a speculation or assumed that he guessed it's near 7,500. But when Big Brother asked, it was they played to Big Brother that they have counted 9,230. It was just you said that it was wrong, but the correct answer is 7,582. That's within 100 of what Ari said before that. It was he said 7,500 and the correct amount was 7,582. Dave should have won $500. Like Ari, you should have spoken to them people, but they just have to use the numbers that's on their notes. So I think he just rely on that, but he had that assumption. If you have that gut, you should have said that. But like if you're wrong, the people will be mad at you. But if you're right, people would praise you. But you would not praise yourself being the reason of you know losing. So they ended up having no rations at all. They have no budget for the entire of the week, no food to eat, and that's very sad. So, um, leading to the nomination challenge, the next day is day 40. Um, they went to the yard, and that competition is very very hard. I've seen that kind of stuffs, that kind of um, that kind of uh, challenge on Big Brother US a lot. Iconic ones are there too, and also in Big Brother Canada as well. So that kind of challenge where they have to balance themselves and you have to stay still for them not to fall down. I've seen that a lot, and also we have seen that on previous season of Big Brother Australia last year with the final seven nomination challenge. I know that because Kieran was the first one who went down, who fall down from that competition. So there's only 11 housemates who are participating this challenge because Christina and Mitch wasn't able or weren't able to join because they're not allowed to. Hey, okay, I'm already talking here. Hello, Hillsock. I'm already talking about the nomination challenge. I'm done. I'm done already watching the episode. I'm sweating here. Why am I so sweating so hard? So going back, it's only okay. Yeah, I'm too late, so I'll watch this from the start after. Are you really watching? Are you really watching this? Last night when you said goodbye on my live stream yesterday, that's the time when I watched your comment. Like literally after you said goodbye, that's the time when I watched I read the comments. So it was not a good timing. So I never thought that you watched last night. So that's why I did not get the chance to read your comments. But I did shout out to you after that yesterday. I read if you had watched my reaction like the rest of this episode yesterday, I talked about how I felt during that episode. So yeah. you can just watch that. It was a yeah. So I am talking about right now the nomination challenge where Christina and Mitch wasn't able to join and participate this challenge because they're already the walking dead housemates. So like what Mitch said, he would probably win this challenge. It's the challenge is for him to win, but unfortunately, it's not for him. So sad. So yeah, so there's only 11 housemates that are playing, so it's gonna be hard. I what like what I said. This competition is really hard. You could if you're just seeing this on your TV, like it's easy. You just have to balance yourself, but if you're in that position, that's gonna be hard. Like there's like if you're overweight like me, I think I'm not gonna pass that challenge. I would probably fall down after 3 minutes. Like damn. So I'm happy that this competition is introduced because I've seen this a lot of iconic competitions on Big Brother Canada and the United States version. So I was happy that they had this here. So the first one out is Adriana, and uh, then also we have seen also Danielle went out early so fast, and then we have seen Mary struggled a lot. I was rooting for her, but the pain of holding uh, that that rope so long, it's just very hard. You have to have a good balance. That's what I said, that when you start that competition, you have to have a good balance on your feet, and when you touch the rope, make sure that it's not going to be painful, so in the long term you would yeah, you would go far. So less movements and mind over matter, like what Tilly uses a lot of times, and also Angela from last season. You know that the comp beasts. Yeah, almost top 10. Haha, no, please. More Hermione challenges. Yeah, of course. This is what I hate about Big Brother Australia, because there's no mental challenges. Well, because it's gonna be unfair. Like, I've already had this kind of judgment on the previous season. Like, why there's no mental challenges? Like, if we're talking about Lillian from the first week of the season, Lillian, Carlos, Michael, like they're not beasts, they're not athletic, they're not good at this kind of physical challenges. I think they would more excel on mental challenges, puzzles, and or um like how about the numbers challenge? Like they have to count the birds. Like if that's the competition on this nomination challenge, like how many birds are there, how many numbers are there in the wall one by one, if they took that kind of challenge for this nomination challenge, I think that would be fair for everybody, especially like Mary or SJ, who's not really comp beast, but they have the chance because it's a mental thing that you will not exert a lot of effort, like you have just to use your mind. So that's like the unfortunate thing about Big Brother Australia. There's a lot of physical challenges. And me, if I be able to join this, I would love to join Big Brother, but seeing this kind of challenges, like even the hell week next week where you have to be drowned in the water, you have to slide down that kind of platform and get that flag thing or like the circle thing. I mean, I'm not good at that, I'm not a sporty guy. I would probably lose all the time and ended up on the block, probably. So where am I already? So yeah. Hopefully they learn from the next season and fit underdogs for the win. Well, we have heard that there's gonna be a celebrity Big Brother this year, right? I hope, and they are making another location for the Big Brother Australia, right? Am I right? That's what I read from the articles, that they have a Big Brother Celebrity Edition this year, and it's gonna be in the different location. I hope that the next or the this upcoming Celebrity Edition would be having a live stream, like more so like same as Big Brother Canada and Big Brother US platform. live stream 24/7, and video competitions, HOH rooms, a lot of twists. They should just copy the whole Big Brother Canada and US franchise. That would be great. And I would be like talking to everybody every single day because there's live stream. Like, hello. So I hope that they have that and more mental challenges, please. And for the record, this is the only Big Brother franchise that I only knew a lot of house guests. Like there's 26 house guests this season, and that's a lot of take. And like I haven't seen Charlotte this episode. Like last episode, I haven't seen Mary. Like what's happening with these episodes? The underdogs aren't like those people who are introverts, are not really talking a lot. They would not be part of this conversation or part of the episode because they're not powerful, they don't have the power, they're not in the alliance, they're just underdogs. Well, that's so sad. So on the last note, with the nomination challenge, we have seen the final six. We have Benton, Jess, Charlotte, Sid, SJ, and Tilly. But we have seen Benton really struggled a lot. Like what I said, like what's happening with this boys, this comp-based looking male people. Like they ended up losing. Like even Marley and Danielle went early. Like the girls are beating them. Because if we compare this to Big Brother Australia, Big Brother Canada and Big Brother US, the boys are winning this competition. And why is it that they went out early in the game? Well, I think you can't underestimate women. Kudos to women this season. Women. So woman. Yeah. So Brenton went down, Sid went down, and then Jess went down, and then Charlotte went down. So we're leading. We had the final two in the competition. It was SJ and Tilly, but I thought that they're making this. I've heard SJ telling Tilly that don't put me on the block. Don't. She was really struggling that she was just afraid of not you know not be able to stand up again. Maybe she will just be like that forever. Like I would totally understand her position that because she's old and maybe she can stand up and maybe she's gonna faint. She's not caring about the winning, but she's more caring about her position and her back, and maybe she will faint. So, so she asked help from Big Brother, and also Tilly assisted her by saying things like, "You have to move your feet like this, like that." But there's a crew who helped her get back on the platform, and thank God that she wasn't really having that pain. So yeah, so kudos to SJ still for staying longer after in that competition. And again, Tilly won her fifth competition, and people cannot see her as a threat in the game. Like, hello. Because the thing that I love Tilly on this game is that, you know, whenever she wins competitions, people would not think of like she's a competition threat. She's not a threat to me. She's a good ally. Because like what I said on like on Mitch last episode, Mitch is a physical threat, but he has no social. He doesn't talk to people a lot about game strategy. Well, Tilly has more of like social. She has befriended with everybody. She's like close with everybody, so that's why she's not seen as like we should target Tilly out. Like no, so like she always does damage control. Even when she put up Ari, they're still close. Like she's still having that good social game, and that's what I like Tilly right now. People are rooting for her already. So uh, I don't like Tilly, and I mean, I'm not her fan since the beginning of the show. Like, yeah, yeah, okay, but I never thought that she would be a beast. But I'm starting to love her and wanted her to win. But we'll never know. Let's find out the rest of the season if she still stays on the game. But I don't know if people would target her. Who would be the people sees her as a target? I think Jesse or Melly would target Tilly, but they will target Danielle first before Tilly. So if they had the chance to take out Danielle, I think that's the time they'll see Tilly as the next target to go out. So that's what's gonna happen. So Tilly went to the diary room and then he casted a vote, only one vote to nominate because the two dead Walking Dead housemate Mitch and Christina ended up being the two of the final nominees for this upcoming eviction. So Christina, Mitch, and the other one made Tilly must nominate someone. So she's smart about choosing Brenton as the third nominee because, like she said, I'm amazed by her mind right now. Like unlike on her previous nomination challenge wins, like I don't understand her reasonings there. But apart from yesterday and today's nomination votes, I adore her. She's smart, so she put up Brenton because she thinks that uh, Brenton and Christina wouldn't evict each other out. They would probably evict 100% Mitch out. Of course, they will do that because they're lovers and they want themselves to be together in the house. So that's 2 points for Mitch automatically. So good idea there, Tilly. And also probably she's afraid of Mitch going back to the house because Mitch would target her, and I think that's true. Because why would you put? Because Mitch would take vengeance about why Tilly put her up in the first place. So that's great idea. Tilly's smart about it. So when Big Brother told the house guest that Brenton is the not next nominee, he was like, okay. Brenton was kind of sad again, and yeah. So the final nominees are Mitch, Brenton, and Christina. And on the pitching, we have seen Christina really pitch so hard, and also Brenton really talked to Mary and Ari a lot because Danielle told him so, of course. So, and also Mitch, I haven't seen Mitch really pitch that hard. It was Jesse who pitched that hard for for him to stay. And we have also seen the conversation with Sid and Mary about, you know, like if they save Mitch this competition, like they are confused about who to vote out. So if like Mitch is a physical threat in this game, and probably they wouldn't win with Mitch winning all the time. And he is a physical threat, but he's a nice guy, and he would protect them. Sid and Mary and Sid. This is their conversation. So probably Mitch would align with them. They will never turn. They will never. I think Mitch would never put up Mary and Sid. And also, if Brenton stays, that's probably Brenton and Christina would be an additional army on Daniel's army, of course, because they owe it to Daniel, who's really working hard for them to stay. So they are a bit confused on who who they think they should vote out. But for me, in that kind of a conversation, it's telling that Mitch is good for them, you know. But with Brenton out, like I mean, this game, there's a lot of factors that you have to really consider. Like if this person out, what would happen next? If this is the person out, what happen next? So it's gonna be like, I don't know. I just don't. But that there's reasoning is really reasonable. So either ways, but for them, I think Mitch was the best person to skip because Mitch would protect them, and Mitch would have shielded them because Mitch would be the number one target in the house, of course. So going to the eviction room with all of the drama and also the pitching there, and like what Christina said, that this is an individual game. Benton would vote whatever he wants to do, and I would vote for whoever I want to vote. But Sonia really rapidly said, "So, Christina, will you vote on Benton? Benton, will you vote on Christina?" But it's clearly there are two in the house, and it's gonna be dangerous. Like every showman's is a dangerous thing. Although Christina would really deny it that they are playing individual game. Regardless, they will still be like, you know, hanging with each other and keep themselves safe for the rest of the season. That's like if you were talking about Big Brother All Stars last year, the untouchable word is the word for them, for the both of these people. The showman is untouchable. No matter what, the one person decides, the other one follows automatically. So no matter how Christina would deny that, it's that's the thing that's gonna happen, of course. Yes, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. there. It's already 12 midnight here. I'm also ending up my recap already. So yeah, so gotta go. But love watching your recaps more. See you next time. Thank you for watching this up with me here. I'm also ending my recap already. So thank you for watching. Here's a good night and God bless. See you on Tuesday for the next episode. Don't spoil me, of course. So on the eviction room, um, the total cast of votes, Christina has no votes to evict, while Brenton has four, and it's clearly Brent Mitch with 8 votes to evict. So I like what I said. It was clearly Mitch, Charlotte, Jess, Marley cast their vote to evict Brenton, and the rest of the house um, evicted Mitch. If Mary and Sid were, you know, and like with with SJ as well and Ari, if the four of these people really talk about evicting Brenton, I think Brenton would be the one who's gonna be went home. You know, that could happen, but I think they just followed the majority of the house, which is the Danielle's team. They just want to be in Danielle's team because SJ and Danielle is already working together. So maybe SJ told Mary that no, we should take out Mitch. I think that's what happened because we haven't seen the whole 24/7 conversations with these people, and I think that's what's happened in those time that we haven't seen. I think SJ was the one who's telling Mary that we shouldn't because they're a duo also. They wouldn't take each other out. It's clear to me. Yeah, I won't spoil, of course. Thank you for that. Don't spoil me, don't. But I will be spoiled on Twitter and the Facebook groups and Instagram accounts of these people. So I'll be spoiled still. Like I already knew who won these episodes, like and who went home. I just want to know how things work out. So that's why. So Mitch just went home and am I losing my? Okay, I'm back again. So yeah, so next week the previous is all about a hell week. So there's gonna be a lot of torture, a lot of yeah. We have seen the military aspect of it. They're doing military stuff, and then there's nomination challenge where they have to slide down, and then the first one to get the two circle thingy. It's like a coffin, or in the, like you know what I mean. Not the coffin in the you know what I mean, those two, I don't know, whoever who gets that will win probably. I think it's a versus round, like what happened in the last episode challenge, where it's a versus round. I think it's the same as the challenge reality show that's called the challenge. It has the same, uh, you know, sh- it has the same. Like they have to get that. The person who gets that would win, if that makes sense. So they've done that. It was done on an evening night. So yeah, I don't know. So and also they're drowning. We have seen that they're drowning on. We have seen that on the final five nomination, the final five, final four nomination challenge last year. Like they were drowned on like yeah on the platform with waters going in, and they have to find keys to unlock themselves. But I haven't seen them this time that they have to unlock themselves with keys. I think they just have to, survive a long time. Most the person who has, I think the the longest time on staying on that water would win. I think that's my guess. And the third one was standing on that, with the fire in the back. So there's a lot of things that's gonna happen in the next week. So this week we have only one evicted house guest, and that was Mitch, sadly. But that's how it is. That's how the game works. So guys, this has been my episode 17 reaction. How are you reacting for this episode so far? Do you love it? Do you like the twist of the Walking Dead, the halfway room? Do you like the ending of the fin of this week? Have you supported Mitch going home? Is it a good idea for the house guest? What do you think? So guys, it's I hope that like what I said all the time, I'm rooting for Ari and see this time with Mary and SJ. Go go. And Charlotte. Others I don't care anymore. And Adriana, I think I love her. Yeah. So guys, this has been Marhel Reacts. If you want to follow me on my YouTube, just follow me there. And on my Twitch account, Marhel P. And on my Twitter, right now, it's also live on my Twitter, underscore MarXXV. So guys, just follow me on my social media accounts. And thank you for watching. See you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.